Well, it was an exciting fall sports season for the University of Mary. One sport we've talked about throughout their season and we'll talk about one final time is wrestling. Adam Aho and Paul Michelson, thanks for coming in, guys.
Yeah.
So wrestling season is over, unfortunately, as sad as it is, and it all ended pretty well in the NCAA 2 Super Regional 3. Talk about how that went, Coach.
It's a very, very tough tournament. We had everybody wrestle. Paulie wrestled above his seed, and we had everybody wrestle about where we wanted them. There was only one guy on the team that I thought could have done a little better, but outside of that, I mean, you know, as overall, I mean, we're getting to the right place. It's just we just need that one guy to step it up and get us to the national tournament. But overall, I was pleased.
There's a reason to be pleased, and I know you were just telling me that I could have done better, but yeah. Paul, you placed 6th, which is the highest for you, Mary. Talk about how that was for you in Moorhead.
I wrestled above my seed, and so I was pretty happy with how I performed. There was a couple matches where I could have definitely wrestled a lot better, especially in that 5th and 6th place match. If I would have won that, I would have got a true 4th match. But I came up a little short, but it's all more drive for next year and maybe making the national tournament next season.
Hopefully so. High standards. Keep those high standards up there. You know, it hasn't been an easy season for any of you guys with injuries, so much traveling. How has this season panned out? Would you describe it, Paul?
I mean, it's been a grind for us. Yeah. It's nice to be done, but I think a lot of us wanted to make the national tournament. We wanted to be practicing still right now. Having practice tomorrow, but I think we had a good season. We we finished up 8-8, I think, in duels, which is good for us. It's better than we've done in the past, and yeah, it was a fun season though.
Talk about this year, Adam.
No, like Paulie said, we've dealt with a ton of adversity, and these guys responded really well. I mean, this is the best culture of a team that I've ever been a part of, even as an athlete. We're going in the right direction, and throughout the whole year we've had guys that have beat guys quote unquote on paper that they weren't supposed to, and so I've been really pleased with our individual efforts and our team efforts at times, and like I said, I mean, when we walk off the mat, I always tell the guys, don't have any regrets. And I honestly, at the region tournament, if we got beat, we just got beat. And yeah, and I thought Paulie could have maybe squeaked that match out in the 5th place, but he was dealing with a wrist injury and he's banged up with his knee. I mean, excuses for days, but I mean, he showed up and wrestled hard, and he beat some very good quality kids in that tournament that, you know, quote unquote, he wasn't supposed to be. So, you know, I'm happy at the end of the day. It's just, you know, we hold ourselves to a high standard. We want to be still wrestling. That's what drives us.
And, you know, even going through those injuries, there were some upsets during the season with some of you guys. Definitely exciting to watch, though. How has it been wrestling with the group of guys?
It's been great. Our team, we're pretty close together, and it's been fun. You know, it's been a fun season, another one in the books, and I think we all get along really well, and we're all pretty pumped for next season.
Well, you mentioned it, next season. It's going to come around before we even know it. You know, spring break, summer break. When does recruiting and all the madness kind of take place?
It never stops. I just got back from the Minnesota State tournament last night at 11 o'clock, and you know, we made some great connections down there again. So I mean, we never stop recruiting. I always tell the guys, don't come and become part of this program if you're scared of competition, because we're always trying to bring in the best guys. And you know, and hopefully that drives these guys to do better every single season and challenges them, and that's what we want. Because in turn, you know, if they're getting challenged and they're pushing themselves, they're gonna set high goals for them and hopefully achieve them.
Hopefully so. And you know, as we move into the next season, which, like I said, will roll around before we even know it, what are some of those wrestlers that you already know are really gonna step up and you're like, yeah, things are gonna be great for them?
It just comes with maturity. You know, like Paulie, I mean, I know he's made huge gains even from last year. It's crazy. I mean, his top game, that's what won him matches at the region tournament. And if he keeps on developing that, I mean, there's no question I think he can go to the national tournament next year and do well. Because if we get to the national tournament of our region, you're going to have a great opportunity to place. But you know, the guys are driven. I mean, like Paulie said, the guys still want to be wrestling. They're disappointed with some of the results, and that's what makes this program drive. You know, this is what's going to take this program to that next level. So,
well, despite not making it you got to give yourself a pat on the back for placing 6th. Congratulations, Paul. Adam, thanks for coming in, even on deadlines after coming back from Minnesota and everything else. It's been great having you guys in, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of each other.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, well, since it's now only a 15-minute show, I'm still trying to get used to these again. We've already hit the end of the show. Lots of scores to go over, so let's jump right into them. The baseball team was enjoying a sunny and much warmer area of Florida for the Russ Matt Central Florida Invitational on Friday. They beat Wheeling Jesuit University 10-0, and then on Saturday, they lost to Florida Tech by just 1 run. They finished this invitational out earlier today against Walsh University from Ohio as they struggled to run by, losing this game 11-0. The baseball team will be back on the diamond on the 7th to take on West Virginia Wesleyan College. The softball team was enjoying the warm weather down south as well for the Florida Invite in Claremont, Florida. On Thursday, they took on Davenport University as they lost 5-3. Later that day, they took on Tiffin University out of Ohio as they were shut out 11-0. And then on the 3rd, they took on Cornerstone University out of Michigan as they dominated on the diamond, scoring 11 runs. Later on Friday, we could have been seeing double because these women got 11 more runs, only allowing 3 by Mercyhurst University. Saturday rolls around and they were still staying busy. They fell a bit short to Ursuline College 3-2 and then lost to College of St. Rose 6-2. The Lady Marauders will be on a bit of a break for a while before they get back on the diamond later this month. And the tennis team was, well, you probably guessed it, in Florida. They were in Orlando as they fell to Audubon University on Wednesday 9-0. On the 2nd, they took on Augustana College from Illinois as they lost 7-2. And then later that day, they fell to Hanover College 7-2. On Friday, they finished off their Florida adventures when they beat Kentucky Wesleyan College 9-0. Then they beat Wartburg College 9-0 as well. The tennis team will also have a bit of a break before they continue their season. Later this month, the indoor track and field team will be in Birmingham, Alabama for the NCAA Indoor Championships. This will go on from the 10th until the 11th of March. Well, that is all the scores I have for today, which is probably a good thing because I don't know if I could have been able to keep on going. Otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed another edition of Marauders Weekly. Be sure to stay tuned for next week for all of the University of Mary's news, scores, highlights, and more. Have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you for watching Marauders Weekly. Join us next Sunday as we showcase more Marauders athletics from home and away in Marauders Weekly, exclusively on NBC North Dakota Sports.